Hello everyone. Welcome back to my channel, The Dark Casebook. Let me ask you something. What would you do if you bought something and years later you found out it was fake? Naturally, you'd complain, right? But what if you discovered the truth many years later? What then? Today's story is about a man who sold multi-million-dollar paintings to art galleries and collectors around the world, yet nobody realized that every single painting was fake. These artworks were so perfectly crafted, and the genius backstory behind them was so convincing that they fooled some of the biggest names in the global art world. Our story begins in 1995. When a German art collector was looking closely at a painting he had bought 10 years earlier. The painting was called Arrigone and Mara, supposedly painted by the famous German artist Jonas Molzahn. But when the collector examined it carefully, something felt off. So to clear his doubts, he sent the painting for scientific analysis. A few days later, the results came in, and his worst fear came true. The painting was fake. Angry and shocked, he began tracking other Molzahn paintings sold around the same time. One of them was owned by Molzahn's widow herself, and two others were bought by an art gallery owner in Berlin. After checking all three, the truth came out. They were fake, too. What shocked everyone even more was that the original 1920s Molzahn painting used old pigments. But these fake paintings contained pigments invented only after 1997. With all this evidence, the collector went straight to the police, and the investigation began. Police soon discovered that all these fakes were being sold by a Berlin art dealer. But when questioned, the dealer nervously claimed that he had purchased the paintings from someone else almost 10 years earlier, so tracing the source was nearly impossible. Police initially thought this was a small forgery case, but they didn't know they were about to uncover one of the biggest art scams in history. When the investigation hit a dead end, the case was closed. Meanwhile, 500 kilometers away in the city of Viersen, a man was sitting in his studio, adding finishing touches to a painting he called Mädchen mit Schwan, Girl with Swan. His name was Wolfgang Beltracchi. He was painting on an old vintage canvas, but the artwork he created on it was completely fake. And instead of signing his own name, Beltracchi signed it as Heinrich Campendonk, a well-known artist from Molzahn's era. This was the beginning, the birth of a multi-million-dollar art fraud. Beltracchi called his wife, Helena, to the room. She took the painting and met an art dealer who worked with the world-famous auction house, Christie's. Christie's and Sotheby's are the heart of the global art market, where paintings are sold for hundreds of thousands to millions of dollars. When the dealer saw the painting, he was impressed, but he asked, "Where did you get this valuable piece?" And that's when Helena began the legendary story. A story that fooled the entire art world. She claimed the painting belonged to a man named Alfred Fleckheim, a real historical Jewish art dealer from the World War II era. Everything she said about Alfred was true. Nazis had seized his galleries, stolen his collections, and forced him to flee. But then Helena added the lie that nobody could ever challenge. She said that before fleeing Germany, Alfred had entrusted several paintings to her grandfather, Werner Hager, to hide them from the Nazis. Before dying, her grandfather supposedly left these paintings to Helena and her sister. The dealer loved the story. He bought the painting for $100,000. Experts verified it, believed it, and soon these artworks became known worldwide as the Hager collection. Beltracchi and Helena were now on their way to making a fortune. The genius of the scam.
Instead of copying well-known paintings, Beltracchi created new paintings in the style of famous artists, works that had been lost to history. Since nobody had seen the originals, everyone believed the artwork was real. He avoided extremely famous artists like Picasso or Van Gogh, and targeted artists who were well-known but not universally recognizable. Helena and their friend Otto handled the sales. Everything was working perfectly.
Trouble begins. Some collectors began asking for authenticity documents proving the painting's history. So Beltracchi came up with a brilliant trick. He recreated copies of his fake paintings, hung them on the kitchen wall, dressed Helena as her grandmother, used an old-time camera, set a fake vintage date, blurred the photo, and developed it on pre-war paper. The result? A photograph that looked exactly like it was taken in 1930, with the historic paintings hanging on the wall. Collectors were convinced. Doubts disappeared. Business boomed. For the next 11 years, Beltracchi made millions. Even actor Steve Martin bought one of his fakes for $8,600. A French magazine publisher bought another one for $7 million, making it the most expensive fake painting ever sold.
The Downfall, 2006. Beltracchi created a painting titled Red Picture with Horses. It was sold for $3 million. But this time, the buyer demanded an authenticity certificate. When the famous expert Andrea Felscher examined the painting, she found something odd in the label. She contacted another expert who recognized the label instantly and declared it fake. Further scientific analysis showed the painting contained titanium white pigment that did not exist in the era the artwork supposedly came from. This was the beginning of the end. The scandal exploded. The Hager collection, Alfred's labels, Helena's story, everything collapsed. The police traced the sales back to Otto and Helena. Their phones were tapped. That's when they discovered the master forger, Wolfgang Beltracchi. Within days, raids were planned. Beltracchi and Helena were eventually arrested at their villa in Germany. Otto was arrested too. To avoid harsher charges, all three confessed. They admitted to selling 14 fake paintings, though experts believe the real number was far higher. Beltracchi received 6 years in prison. Helena and Otto got 4 years, served in an open prison where they worked during the day and returned to jail every night. After some time, they were released on parole.
Today, Wolfgang Beltracchi is considered both a criminal and a genius. Some people see him as a hero who exposed the art world. Others call him the biggest art scammer in modern history. Today, he still paints, but now he signs his own name. His artworks sell under his own identity, and he and Helena are planning to open a large art gallery. A thrilling life. A mastermind artist, a loyal partner who stood by him, and a scam that shook the entire world. How did you like this story? Tell me in the comments. And don't forget to like and subscribe.